You're listening to the Great Canadian Aftermarket Podcast, brought to you by the publishers of IndieGarage and JobberNation. Connect with us online at IndieGarage.ca and JobberNation.ca, a brand of chat-integrated media.
Hello, everyone. Every now and then, I have the opportunity to come across somebody who's at the very early stages of their aftermarket world. And sometimes it's very clear that you might actually be watching the development of somebody who's really going to be something that somebody's going to talk about for a long time. I think we have one of those today. My guest today is Matteo Medoro. Now, Matteo is a young man in Western Canada, in Alberta, who has developed a specific style of building rat rods. Now, that in and of itself is not notable enough, but he has already twice been a Young Gun finalist at SEMA, and then just very recently was selected as one of the top builds for the AAM Group's The Event Masters of Metal competition. This is amazing. Matteo, welcome.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing well. So tell folks a little bit about kind of where you are and where this started, because I seem to remember this started before you were 17, 18 years old when you started doing this stuff.
Yeah. So it kind of started back when I was, younger, probably 15, 16. I was working on just, projects I could do in my own garage at my house. So like building little mini bikes and stuff like that. And then kind of 16, 17, I kind of started getting into vehicles, because I wanted to do something bigger. And lucky for me, my dad is very supportive of what I do. So he gave me the opportunity to build a 1951 Ford truck. So I ended up working on that. And basically, it was my ride to my graduation for high school. So I had to get it done in a 3-year span, basically, of building the whole vehicle from scratch to get it done for my graduation. And kind of that's where I got it from. My dad, he has an old car as well, and I always see him working on it, and kind of inspired me to kind of do my own thing, try out building a vehicle. So
Sure. Well, what I've noticed is your work seems to have a pretty specific style. It's got a signature to it already, which is something that I think we all notice from others who become notable in the field. Now, your latest build is right behind you. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that for those of you who are on just taking this as the audio podcast? I'm going to ask Matteo to kind of walk us through the build that's behind him. Those of you on video will see this. This is a truck.
So it's a big truck. Yeah. So basically, it's a 1947 Dodge truck. The cab, fenders, hood, grill, all that stuff, put on a 1991 Dodge frame, and it's all 4x4. It's got a 12 valve Cummins in it. And I custom built a flat deck for it too in the back, which has storage for everything. And I got quite a few sponsors doing the build because it was for SEMA. So I got radiators from Northern Radiator and BD Diesel out of BC. They helped me out with some engine parts and everything. And then I got some custom exhaust from CPC Performance and Flow Pro exhaust. And yeah, it's a pretty cool build. I like it.
Yeah, no. Well, it's hard. It's certainly hard to ignore. I mean, it's a big truck, this seems to be a theme for you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So how long did that first build that you talked about, that took 3 years for you to put together? What about this last one? I mean, I guess it was under a year.
Yeah, it took me about 7 months to build this one from the ground up. So I was working day, and then after work, when I did have a job, I would come down to the shop here, which is my dad's little plumbing shop, and I'd work on the truck till midnight, basically every night to get it done because I had that deadline, right? So
Right. Yeah, I guess
that's
that's
all.
the thing.
A lot of work.
This was a pandemic build, right? So
Hmm.
yeah. So now it's the same vehicle that scored so well and got you the recognition at the AIM Group's the event Masters of Metal uh, show. But I mean, you've now got three
Hmm.
pretty significant recognitions under your belt. How do you feel about that?
Pretty good. It's nice to get the recognition. It feels like what you're doing is, you know, someone's actually seeing it. People are seeing what you're doing and they appreciate what you're doing, and it's nice. It's a good feeling to have.
Right. Oh, for sure, for sure. What about other younger folks who might be listening to this or watching it on the video edition? Uh, you know, what would you have to tell them about what you get out of doing this and how to approach it?
Oh, it's definitely something like it keeps me out of trouble. I'm always working on it, and then you can find people who are into the same things that you're in, and it's nice to have just a common hobby with others. Like a lot of my build and they work on, and we all go cruising together and go to car shows and stuff. So it's really fun to do.
Right. So it's really building a nice community and kind of supportive group, for you. It's pretty important these days, right? So I was just saying that are you still in with your studies?
Yeah, I'm doing my 4th year of auto body on in February here coming up. So now I just got to get my hours, and then I'll be a journeyman. So,
Sure. No, that's great. That's great. What are you looking forward to? I mean, do you have any ideas for your next build?
I'm already kind of working on it already. It's a 1935 Plymouth. So I'm building that one for my mom because she likes the old cars like that too. And this one's going to be painted up nice for her, and interior is going to be all nice and done up. And yeah, I've been working on it for the last, I don't know, couple months. So
Okay.
it's in the primer stages and it's coming along too.
Sure. Well, that's something a little different. I guess your mom decided, probably let you know she wouldn't want to be necessarily riding around in a rat rod. Is that kind
Yeah,
of
yeah, for sure. She's into
yeah.
it a little bit, but she likes nice cars.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you'll find a way to get your kind of signature, your own personal stamp on it
Hmm.
anyway, right?
Oh yeah.
Do other people notice that about what you do? That there's kind of you can tell that it's a Matteo Medoro project.
Well, I've had a few people tell me that, oh yeah, this is like one of your builds, right? Whatever. Like I'll be walking around and they'll be like, hey, you built this, right? And I'm like, yeah, yeah. So it's kind of cool that people recognize it.
That's excellent. Good stuff. Oh, listen, I'm really glad you could join us. Good luck with the next build. I mean, I'm actually really thrilled to have had the opportunity to talk to you now. I
Hmm.
think we're probably going to be having a conversation. I think in the future, and I'm pretty sure that if you decide you're going to keep doing this, you're going to be a name that's going to be on everybody's lips in the years to come for sure. I think so anyway. So.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Listen, thanks for joining us, and thanks to everybody else for joining us. Matteo Medoro, remember the name. I think you're going to be seeing some stuff down the road from him again. And for everybody else, stay safe, stay strong, and be well. Till next time.
Have a good one.
You're listening to the Great Canadian Aftermarket Podcast, brought to you by the publishers of IndieGarage and JobberNation. Connect with us online at IndieGarage.ca and JobberNation.ca, a brand of chat integrated media.